welcome to my second part of how to make the most out of your citadel scenery. Okay, so in the last one we'd built already, but the building, that is, sorry, going off on a tangent, but what we did was we based it and put all the texture and stuff onto the base as well, just to give it something cool to paint, something to break it up and make it look a little bit more real, not just like a floating ruin in the middle of nowhere. But next up, what we're going to do is we're going to prime it, we're going to undercoat it. Now, normally I'd undercoat things black or white, very rarely white actually. Most of my fantasy armies are undercoated brown, but this one I am using this, which I hope you can see, but it is Model Mate's primer, the matte spray dark grey. I absolutely love this stuff. It's what I've been using to undercoat all my buildings. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to catch you in just a second. For me it will be about an hour, but for you it's going to be like a millisecond, so I'll see you in a sec. Bye-bye. Hello there guys, so I'm sorry about the light quality and I'm sorry about the sound quality, but I'm only allowed to use my airbrush in the conservatory. So what I've got here is our building that we've built and a airbrush, and in this airbrush I've currently got a mixture of Games Workshop lead belcher paint along with about an 8:1 ratio of car screen wash and the Games Workshop paint. And what this is doing, it's giving a slightly metallic sheen to the grey, because it's really hard to put these metallics through an airbrush. Now I know there's Vallejo Model Air that do a really nice range of metallics, but I don't have them. And however frustrating that is, the Games Workshop paints for me are a bit easier to get hold of, and I just haven't invested in any Vallejo stuff just yet. I'm sure I will, because they look like cool products. I mean, you only have to head over to Templars Crusade 01's channel and check out some of his reviews for them to see how cool they actually are and how easily they go through an airbrush. But this seems to be working. Okay, so I'm going to get back to you and show you a video of the building entirely silvered up once it's done, which could take a little while, but I really enjoy airbrushing. So once that's done, yeah, I'll do a video and then I'll show you the next stage of finishing this building. There it is, folks. That is it all silvered up. So after a while the spray, it did just start spraying, and it came out with a really nice consistency. So, and the camera's less yellow. It's a little bit patchy in places, but you'll see why that doesn't matter too much soon, because I'm using the hairspray technique on this one, because it's a manufactorum. I thought that would be quite cool. So there we go. So if you're following this video, you can airbrush it silver, or you can paint it silver, whatever you prefer, or whatever you can do. I've gone for an airbrush just because it's quicker, and I really like using airbrushes. So next up, I'm going to spray this a mixture of Devlin mud and Nuln oil. So again, sorry for the bad lighting, sorry for the noise of the compressor, but I'm getting started. So this is a 50-50 mix of Devlin mud and Agrax Earth, not Devlin mud, of Agrax Earthshade and of Nuln oil. This is an idea I got from Templars Crusade 01, and I recommend you nick that idea too. All it does is it creates a much higher contrast than if I was just using Devlin mud, or Agrax Earthshade I should say, which is what I am using. See? Okay. And it just sprays really nicely anyway, and it kind of speckles as well a bit, which gives you a really nice dirty metal look. So I'm starting to think about colours. I am thinking of a kind of dark, well, a kind of olivey green, so I'm going to go with that. So I'll show you some videos of this when it's done. I'll see you in a sec. Okay, and that's just brought everything together, and it doesn't look quite as patchy anymore. And even if it does, it doesn't matter because of what I'm going to do next. So keep on watching, because next up, well, in fact, no, yeah, so next up I'm going to spray the whole thing with 3 coats of hairspray. So each coat I'll let it dry and then do another coat. I'm going to mask off any bits that I don't want spraying. So just literally take some masking tape and cover the bits I don't want spraying, such as the pipe and some of the base tiles and stuff like that. But I want all the wall spraying and all the wires and all that stuff. Don't worry too much. If you're going to repaint the whole thing, like I'm going to repaint the whole Mechanicus symbol, if you're going to do that, then don't worry about masking it off, because you're just going to paint over the top anyway. Because I'm going to hairspray it, then I'm going to spray on another colour, chip it away because of the hairspray, and then I am going to seal it and then finish painting it. But I will show you how all that works, so keep watching and wait and see. So I've sprayed it with 2 coats of hairspray actually, because I thought 3 might be too many, and I've masked off all the bits that I don't want to spray. I did that before I did the hairspray. So I'm going to get started with the colour that I'm putting down over the top of this, which is Rackar Flesh mixed with quite a lot of Car Screen Wash. So we're back on my desk, rubbish desk, and with rubbish lighting that is, and this is all done. Okay, so I've sprayed it with Rackar Flesh, and it's come out quite nice, I think. So it's a bit patchy, but I don't really mind that, to be honest. I think it'll be okay. So I'm going to weather the heck out of this, and I'm going to take off quite a lot of the paint because of the hairspray underneath. So I'm going to get started on that, and then I'm going to show you what that looks like when it's done. If you want to see how to do that, I've actually got a video called how to get a chipped paint effect using hairspray, or something like that you can watch, and I'll put a link in below hopefully if I remember. Otherwise just have a look through my other videos. Here's our building, guys. So what have I done to it? Because it's been a little while. Well, I just airbrushed it over the top of the hairspray and the silver and all that stuff. And then I scraped away some of the paint. As you can probably see there, you can see some of the metal chips showing through. Okay. And then what I did after that was I got some oil paint, splattered it over the top, and then using white spirit through an airbrush I've kind of diffused it. But I actually think I've gone a little bit over the top with the oil spots, so I'd probably recommend to you guys not doing that, okay? Yeah, because I'm not sure if it looks good or not, but that's up to you, okay? So to kind of rectify that problem, I'm probably going to repaint some sections of it, or do a bit of weathering to cover it up. I'll just see what I can do, really. But yeah, so it's worked alright though. It doesn't look too bad. But there we go. Okay, so next up what I'm going to do is any bits where it's kind of gone over the grey or whatever, I'm going to touch that up and paint that up with some Mechanicus standard grey.